And I'm delighted as my next guests to invite Wade Hughes from 5Q. Nice to see you.
Hey, Jerry.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Great. How are you enjoying the show so far?
So it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been sticking out for you? As you've been going around these last couple of days, what's really standing out?
I would say the biggest thing is the convergence of IT and OT.
Yeah.
And then what that means for cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the biggest things that's jumping out to me.
Yeah. Now, how are you guys addressing that at 5Q?
Well, we are a services company, so we're the ones that work with the CIO or the CFO or sometimes the COO of owners and operators to pull all of this together.
Let's talk a little bit about 5Q broadly.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly do you provide, for those people watching at home who aren't familiar yet, exactly what do you provide?
We provide services, basically 100% of IT for commercial real estate owners and operators. So everything from strategic CIO all the way down to 24/7 help desk support technician.
What's changed in your field in the past, even let's just say 6 to 8 months? What's been the biggest change?
6 to 8 months. Ransomware, phishing, the increase in that, so from all of our monitoring and the 24/7 service that we do has really stepped up. We've had to increase our level of detection for those types of attacks and really look for different ways to have our clients protected from those things. It's a never-ending battle.
When you've seen your clients become under attack, is it usually, in your experience, from just someone out there shooting fish in a barrel, trying to see what they can get, or do you have a suspicion that it's actually a much more focused, more of an insider?
I think it's the former.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are just trying to fish the emails.
Yeah.
And our clients have a lot of sensitive data, especially the private equity ones that are raising money from investors, and so that investor data is the most important thing that we have to protect on behalf of our clients. So there may be certain circumstances where a hacker or attacker knows that there's investor data and they're trying to get to that, but most of the time they're just sending phishing emails. But the other aspect of it is there does seem to be people looking for openings in the corporate network. So we've seen not only phishing, but also coming through, the latest one was coming through the scanning application on the copier.
Are you kidding?
The copier should never have been on the network to begin with, and so now we're extending our service for that client to be able to protect every portal possible, even going down to the building level.
In that case, I'm a little fascinated. In that case, someone's outside of the building going in through Bluetooth or through Wi-Fi into the scanner?
Yeah, to the scanning application that resides on the copier. And so,
is it a particular brand of copier?
No. Well, I mean, that one was, but I'd rather not say what
it was an Epson one.
Right.
That's so interesting. But so what are you at 5Q doing differently than other companies to make sure that you achieve your goals in that initiative?
Well, the first thing we do is come in. We have an assessment, a cybersecurity assessment at two different levels: the corporate level and then the asset level of the building. And so that's either a building or apartment community or student housing facility. Those are the assets that our clients own, or even a retail store. So we look for any connections onto the network and make sure we lock those down. And then what we're working on now in a very strategic partnership that hopefully we'll be able to announce soon is we'll have a platinum level of detection working with a partner that's an expert in that field.
Interesting.
A very large company. So we'll be able to bring that really it's the machine learning and intelligence looking for potential hackers and unusual activity on the network.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Who here at this show or watching this show on the live stream, who here needs to know more about what you do?
Anyone that owns and operates a piece of commercial real estate, whether it be a healthcare facility, whether it be an apartment building, a commercial office building, industrial building, retail store, mall.
Tell me about one of your, if you would, tell me about one of your favorite success stories, one of your favorite 5Q success stories.
Well, it was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
we had and I sent this out on LinkedIn because I was so proud of my team.
Yeah.
We had that scanning attack actually went in and began encrypting. It was a ransomware attack. They encrypted 20 folders on the corporate drive, and before it was detected.
Wow.
And then, but once it was detected, we were able to isolate that, and within 2 hours, completely restore all the data. So we destroyed the data that was being encrypted and re-established from our backups.
Interesting.
And lost zero data.
So they were encrypting it, and then was a program built in to say, once you've encrypted X number of folders, send it back to us? Is that the idea?
Well, once it was encrypted, the folders, then there was a message that said, pay us in X number of Bitcoin to get
it was a
get it
ransomware
unencrypted.
attack.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then what we did is just obliterated the whole stack of information.
It's amazing how you'll still see, corporate websites that you can tell have a sort of a login here.
Right.
There's a door wide open there, and sure that might have flown
Right.
5,
Well,
10 years
if you
ago.
think about this industry, the way it works is they are buying and selling buildings and portfolios of buildings all the time. So a specific building may have had 5 or 6 owners over its lifespan.
Right.
And so everybody's putting network layer on top of layer, circuits, routers. We're doing a client right now where we're going around to 65 buildings across the country and doing an assessment of every opening in that building, virtual opening in that building, to lock them down and then put the detection device on there.
Now, normally, hopefully people would all be able to hire 5Q, but for those at home or in another country, well, you probably work internationally as well.
Yep.
What is one thing, as we wrap up, what's one thing that anyone can do for themselves to make their IT and their security presence more effective?
Well, the number one thing they can do is educate every user, every employee of the company. There's a company we use called Know-Before, and they do education on phishing. And if you get that email that says, "Oh, you have a DocuSign document from someone in your network," delete it. If you don't know if you don't know in advance, or if you don't see the sender, which is a normal behavior, then just delete it. So simple things like that, because it's usually employees that open the network up unknowingly.
Unknowingly.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Wade.
Thank you.
What a pleasure.
Yeah, Jerry.
Wade Hughes from 5Q.